most of us do what we do because we have some sort of kinship or connection to the people that we serve. We start businesses for two reasons. One, we saw a deficit and we said, man, I can make a lot of money doing this. Or we saw something we needed and no one could provide it for us. So we decided to create a solution for ourselves. And so the story that we're telling is should be a very natural tie into our customers. I once had a client of mine, he did pest control and he did gate repairs. There's no story that's going to tie into his customer. He did gate repairs because he saw it as a way to make money. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Capitalism's great, but it didn't really fit into who he was, his narrative as a person and as a persona. So the critical piece of this is to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And for most of us, we're doing it because we really enjoy it and it really does fit within us. And so the key then is, how do we articulate that? Because the reality is, as human beings, I don't really care about your story. I care about my story, right? That's why the question was submitted, likely, is that I don't want to tell my story. I want to tell my customer story. And really, it's about creating something that matches their mindset, where they're currently at. In fact, I'm a StoryBrand guy. I love StoryBrand. If you don't know who StoryBrand is, what StoryBrand is, there's a link in the bio. But it's a fantastic way of looking at things. And at StoryBrand, we talk about creating an About Us page that's really about our customers, right? And so here's the key way that I've found that can help to do this, especially on an About Us page, is that we start talking about why we did what we did. So for instance, if we're talking about the marketing side of it, is that I was running my business. I was struggling to find the way things were to connect with my audience. I was struggling to find new customers. And so I needed to find a better way. And so I connected with StoryBrand. And so that opening paragraph is about every person that I'm trying to serve. And it's about me too. But I couch it, and that's what I see my customers struggling with, and they can then relate to me. But how often do we see a website that says, I've been a cobbler for 30 years, and it was my dad's store, and we've been around. That's all very nice. That's all very nice. But people, it's a waste of real estate, right? On our websites, we want to get to what our customers are really struggling with. And so our story is important, but it does have a time and a place, and it isn't always right up front. And so what I recommend to my clients is that they deal with the About Us is a great place. When people are ready, they can jump in there. But even the About Us should be about them and how they relate to us, which is that whole idea of the struggle that we're having. And if that happens to be your struggle, of course, I don't want you to make things up. But if that happens to be the struggle that you're experiencing, it's how does that relate to what my customers are experiencing, and then how did I come out of it? And so it's not about a service that I offer, it's just how I came out of it. I found a better way to do something. The end, right? And then we go back into how we do things.